10th podcast. Big achievement for us. I'm very happy. And today is finding happiness and success in our job. Susan, did you know that from some researches, they say that around 80% of the people are unhappy with their job?
Oh my God, that's a lot. I mean, I knew there are quite a lot of people that are unhappy in their job, but so many? Wow. But to be honest, I'm not so super surprised either.
Did it happen to you that you were so unhappy on one job and you continue to stay in this job?
Oh, yes.
So you were one of these 8 to 10 people.
Super honest answer. I think it happened to almost everybody, I would say. I don't know. And it's true. If I analyze my surrounding, I think there are not so many people who are really 100% happy in their job. I would say now I'm actually creating a job-wise life that I'm a lot more satisfied with, but it was a long way. And yes, I stayed. I mean, I can honestly say also for my last job, I stayed for a long time. So at some point I wasn't happy with it anymore because I was scared. I felt quite a lot of pressure, financial pressure as well. Say, shit, how will I pay my bills if if I leave my job? I need a quick alternative, but I don't know what yet. So my head was jumping at me with a lot of excuses.
Yeah, this is about the bills. It's something that I think that is a very big problem, that they create this situation that doesn't allow us to change so fast, because we feel so much the pressure from paying the bills and we are trapped in some situation that doesn't give us so much space. And sometimes it's very hard also to see a solution, because we see before the walls about a phone bill, TV bill, apartment, and health insurance, and we can't see far away from this situation.
Yes and no, I think we could.
Mm-hmm.
But I think sometimes, I mean, I can say honestly, and it's hurtful for me to say that, but I think I chose not to. Because I think if I would have been honest, I would have, I mean, I think one of my favorite thoughts is I can't. And I recognize that now as an unhelpful thought, and I can, let's say, kind of dip it and say, well, is it true? Can I control it? Can I change it? And in most cases, the answer is yes, I can. It's just uncomfortable as hell.
Yeah, so much. Because all
So
these changes and moving far away from our comfort zone, it's scary. We can't say anything because we are so comfortable in our job, having our salary at the end of the month, that it's very hard sometimes to take the first step. Because after it go a bit easier, it's not easy, but the first one, it's very hard.
it is, but for me, to be honest, I also started questioning a lot. Is it really comfortable? Because for me, to be honest, it was not. I mean, it was maybe a little less effort, so to say, because that was just the job I had. But was it comfortable every day to see, oh man, I'm in an environment where I feel really stressed, and I know I'm not so stress resistant. I feel this is a topic I'm not crazy passionate about. And I mean, I think all the things that I was not really okay with, if I'm 100% honest. I mean, they jumped into my head and then they jumped at me every day. I mean, they were there and they were like, every day I was also living with a lot of discomfort.
Mhm.
I mean, let's say the only comfort that I really had was a salary that was paid to me at the end of the month. But was it comfortable? I don't know.
And what was or what were the biggest cost that you had to pay staying there?
My happiness. I think that's basically that's the thing. It's I I like I mean I had a certain comfort, meaning a certain stable income, but I paid it with my happiness, that's for sure. Because on the inside, I knew what I truly wanted and what I need and what I feel good about and what kind of work conditions I need, what kind of people I want to be surrounded with, what kind of values I want the company, or what kind of values I want to live or be part of the company, and what kind of work I want to do and I'm good at. I mean, at the beginning, I didn't even know that. And I actually did kind of like a joy journal, and that helped me massively to really see, okay, what I'm really enjoying in a day and why do I enjoy it. And I think after 1 or 2 weeks, it was quite clear for me what I truly enjoy. But then the next step is then what you do with what you know, right? You can say, I know it, and I still decide to live a comfortable, in a certain way, unhappy life. Or you say, okay, I choose to make myself quite uncomfortable for for a while to be happier on the long term.
Yeah, that's the good point about decided if I want to have some pain for a short time, but happiness in a long time, or I want to have happiness for a short time and pain for a long time. And this one, it's a very interesting way of seeing the situation, because it's not always so easy to understand how to act. But you also talked about success and about happiness. And I think that sometimes we misunderstand the subject that success brings happiness. But I think that more is the opposite, that happiness brings success. And so when you said the biggest cost was my happiness, in my head, it is okay. So it's hard also for you to have success with the job. Maybe yes, for short time, but in the long term, you will always feel struggling.
Yeah, definitely. But for me, also success is a big topic, to be honest, because for a while, for example, I also thought success would be, I don't know, earning a lot of money or whatever. But I realized that this is an external definition, and that my personal definition of success is also very different. And I think for me, that's also part of it, that you ask yourself first, what does actually mean? Does it actually mean having a successful work life? Because for me, it means waking up and just being like, wow, I would love to go there. I just would love to do that. It's that simple. It's not having like, I don't know, 100K in the bank account or even more, or 10K a month or whatever. I mean, it's not really something I can monetize. It's like the feeling that it just flows and I want to do this. And this is feeling fulfilled. This is success for me in a job, but it's very different from, it doesn't have for me anything to do with money.
So from your point of view, if I well understand, you mean you agree with, I think that was Confucius who said, find a job that you love and you will never work again.
Yes.
So do you agree?
Yeah, I do. I don't know. How about you?
I don't think. From my point of view, I agree, partially agree. What I mean is, I think that even now that I'm doing something that I love, there are some stuff that I really struggle to do because I don't like. And sometimes I really feel that I'm working like hell and not moving. And this is, I love to do what I do, and I'm very happy to do it. Sometimes I feel working so much, probably even more than before, but in a good way. So I feel that I'm working. I feel that I'm doing something very hard. So for me, not working is not really like this. And not every time I feel, you know what, I really would like, I couldn't wait to wake up and write the book or write a post or do a video or whatever. No, it's not like this. Sometimes I can compare it to the gym. I think that we talk about this one of the previous podcasts. I said, I don't feel like every time to go to the gym, but I feel joy after doing it. So it's the same with the job.
Yeah, I mean, it can be that sometimes it might be a little bit of work for me to get me to do those things. But as you say, like, sure, sometimes the motivation is coming while doing the stuff that you enjoy and not before. But for me, it's a big difference I think if you enjoy the process as such or not, right? So, because what you describe is you say, well, like sometimes you might not be motivated to go to the gym, for example, but you enjoy it after. Like the result is, or like once you are there and do it, it's cool. And this is also something that sometimes I use to when, like, especially when I have like a motivational gap, and like I remember the moments and I remember how it feels like when I'm doing that. And then I actually get myself doing that for sure. I mean, sometimes getting yourself to do the things sometimes is still not easy, even for me. But I don't think that's what the quote means. To be honest. And I agree also that sometimes I think for me, for a long time, I tried to avoid discomfort and uncomfortable feelings. I just wanted to have like the perfect easy work life, to be honest. I idealized that a lot, and I thought, at some point it will just flow and I will not have, I don't know, any challenges anymore. It will be all easy and whatever. And yeah, I don't know. At some point, I also realized it's not about that. It's not. I think the question is, what type of discomfort do you want to choose? That's mainly for me. And as coming back to the example at the beginning, for me, the question was also, do I want to choose the comfort of a salary and the discomfort of giving away my happiness in exchange? Or do I want to live the discomfort of maybe not such a regular salary, of like income that is just going up and down, but feeling a lot more happiness and fulfillment?
It takes a lot of time for you to understand anyway.
Oh, yeah, it does. And I mean, there are ways anyways. I think I'm opening up also to the possibility to say, how can I have financial stability and something that I enjoy? I think for me, it's also a question of how do you open up your mindset also and open up the possibilities, find resources, find ways to make work what is really right, what feels right for you. I don't know. Or how is it for you? How do you feel about that?
I feel that it's very important because you use a lot of time, the way of saying the words, question myself. And I believe that this part is very important, that
Hmm.
sometimes we lack in self-awareness, in question ourselves, what we like, what we love, what is the kind of job that we want, what are our values, and most of all, are these values, because before you also at the beginning you said, are the job matching my values? Because it's very important, this part. So if my job, my desired life, my desired job, it is to have more freedom, and I'm not attached to a salary, probably being employed, being an employee, it's not good for me. And being maybe in the finance is not good, because I'm gonna be always pressured by my employer, who will always push me to some goals, financial goals, and they are gonna motivate me with money, and it's not pretty good. So we also need to understand what is important for us in our job, and it's not so often that we take the time to question ourselves in these subjects, because we feel comfortable with the salary, we feel comfortable with the situation, and when we are not at the job, we try a way to escape and to feel more alive, when it's more important to feel alive also during the job. And this is the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And I think also, I mean, questioning yourself also means to be open to changes. Because a result of questioning can be that the life or like the work life you have right now is maybe not the one that you would like to have. And that would require a lot of maybe a lot of changes, maybe not, maybe yes, but this can open the possibility that can be terrifying, I think.
So taking this sentence, I ask you, if somebody is unhappy with his job and he's scared to change, what would you suggest?
What would I suggest? I would say first, I mean, check really and take a moment, take some me time to see what is it actually and exactly what you're unhappy with. So for me, most important is first to understand what is it. Is it maybe values that you have and that you're not living in accordance to in your work life? Is it the work conditions? Is it the content of work? Really taking, I mean, for me, it helped me a lot to observe for a while. What is it? What are things that I'm complaining a lot about in my job? What are things that I'm maybe sometimes angry about or whatever, because these are usually things that are signals, or these are signals that are saying, you know what, this is something I don't like, this is something I don't like. And by seeing what you don't like, you can also see what you like. I mean, it's kind of so for me, first step is really finding out what's the true issue.
So you mean the current situation? What is
Yes.
exactly in this
Yeah.
moment your situation? So
Yes.
understand who you are right now.
Yes, this is first step. And also for me, next step is creating a vision of the ideal situation. So meaning just opening up and really seeing, okay, so when everything would be possible, really everything, you would have a magic, I don't know how's it called, whatever. I mean,
Once.
you could do, yes, exactly. And everything would be possible. So how would your day would like? How would you, how would your surrounding look like? How would your work, I mean, what your work conditions look like? Would you like to work on your own? What is it? What is it truly like? And make it as specific as possible. Like really take some time to just dream.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I always say dream big and don't make the external aspects block you from living your dream life, your dream day, your dream job. And so in this part, it's very important to know what we want and where we are aiming, because sometimes we don't know where we are going, and we are moving far away.
Yeah.
We want this one, and then this gap that it's become unhappiness because we feel something that is disturbing us inside.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. You also can say to Google Maps, let's go somewhere. It will ask you, so, but where? Which city? Which street? Which number? It's like, please specify, tell me. And that, I think also, as you say, like, when we just say, let's go somewhere, we go, yeah, we might arrive somewhere, but maybe it's not where we want to go. So for me, next step also would be again to say, okay, now we have our ideal situation, now we have our as is situation, and let's look at the gaps.
And take actions.
Next, yeah, take
And
action. What's the first thing you can do right now, today? Best,
yeah,
like start right after.
I think that we talk one time during our accountability groups, and there was one person who said who used the technique about the one task that has the biggest impact on the others. So what is this task? This yes, this thing that I need to do that will have a big impact for all the rest. So sometimes we can also just do one small thing and act. And then let's see what's next.
Yes.
Next. And then we do a check. We do a check in that moment and we adapt the situation, because it is not going to be like a line very.
No.
We need to really keep distance from this idea of perfect situation, that now that they take the dream job, oh yes, now it's gonna be fine. No, we're gonna have other streets. We're gonna have somebody who block us, who says that we are doing something stupid. We have maybe the boss who says no for now. There is a client who complain too much and we feel anxious. And so we need to do always a check and reset.
Yes. And I also think in the end, life cannot be imagined, it can only be lived. So meaning also everything that we have in our head and that we picture as awesome, beautiful, whatever, might not be the same in reality when we truly live it. And then also I think the most important thing is always to stay in contact with ourselves, with our inner self, and saying, okay, does that really like resonate with me? Does it still? And then also allow ourselves to then dynamically adapt and to say, no, maybe now I experienced that, but you know what? Maybe just being working on my own, having my business, I realized now maybe it's not for me, and I can go happily back. You learn anyways. You learn so much about yourself, and I do. I mean, everything that I do, sometimes I got mad at myself, and I was like, shit, why have I taken this decision? But in the end, they were all awesome, because I learned with every decision that I take, I learned so much about myself. It's just a matter of allowing myself as well. You know what? This was not the way, not my way. I can change. Allow myself to change as well.
It is exactly what you said before. It is the process. Because we can avoid some steps. We need to take this step. And if I love the idea of having my own business or being a chef or whatever, and it's so giving me so much energy, so much fire inside, try.
Yes.
And then you will know.
Yeah, that's what I usually say to myself as well. Sometimes I have so many thoughts. Maybe this can happen, that can happen. Oh, you know. And usually I calm my thoughts by saying, you know what? Let me try first and then judge. So I like put my thoughts aside and allow myself to just make the experience, and then I will see if I like it or not.
Yeah, exactly. So now, if you want to close the circle of this episode, how would you, what would you say to a listener who is, who want to have success and happiness in his or her job?
What would I say? Like, first find out for yourself what is truly happiness for you and what means success to you. Be totally honest with what you need.
Yeah.
And be prepared for also some conflict and challenges. Embrace them, grow with them, make decisions, try, allow yourself to change and to grow with them, and really stay true to yourself. This will be your inner guide. I think this is what I would say.
Really great. So I believe that you gave a lot of tips, and I hope that people can have benefits from this process. And so thank you so much, Susan.
Thank you, Alessandro.
Thank you too, and see you guys the next week. And we're gonna talk about choose your squad, how your inner circle shapes your future.
Yes, that will be awesome. I can't wait. Thank you, Alessandro.
Thank you.